psych substance. In today's video, we're here with the sweetest of sweethearts, Lauren.
Hi.
She's got her trademark cloak on.
It's the magic cloak.
The magic cloak.
The Technicolor
Look at this
dream
outfit
coat.
with this dazzling light netted thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. She's got a butterfly, which signifies transformation, which is what she's going to be doing today, transforming into a psychedelic beast. And what does the crystal signify?
It's an amethyst. It's good. It's grounding.
And she's going to be grounded, so she's not going to be taking off into outer space on her trip. She'll keep her feet flat on the ground. So today what we're going to do is we're going to be exploring one of the most potent analogs of my man mescaline, which is the primary component to Peruvian torch, peyote, San Pedro. There's other alkaloids in those guys, but mescaline is the main man that causes the significant amount of psychedelic, I don't know what you want to call them, effects.
Effects, yeah.
So today we're going to be consuming what is called malilescalin. Is that what it's called? Maliscalin. Malilescalin. Now, for those of you who don't know, mescaline was one of the first, or the very first psychedelic to be researched. It is the OG psychedelic, and unfortunately, it is very difficult to find it these days because no one is really making this shit because you need about, I don't know, half a gram for a strong experience, and a whole gram of it usually costs over $100. And people are like, I don't want to spend $100 for 2 trips. So there's just not a lot of monetary gain for dealers in there, making it very rare and hard to come by. So these analogs, things like malilescalin, are actually legal. There's also allelescalin, escalin, proscaline, one more that I can't remember. And these are slight variations, all discovered or invented by Alexander Shulgin, the godfather of psychedelic analogs, and coming up with new chemicals. He started this whole thing. He also popularized MDMA. This guy was the man. And basically, this is what people say to be the most similar to mescaline out of all the analogs. A lot of them, they're either lacking, like proscalin's lacking the visuals. Escalin is apparently just really uncomfortable with no reward. Again, everyone's mileage is going to vary because everyone's experience is different because we all have different neurotransmitters in our brain. We're all, different body weights. We all metabolize things differently. But this one seems unanimously to be the best one. But, and I'm not saying this to scare poor Lauren over here, people also report that it has a lot of nausea, but mescaline itself is the most nauseating substance. So of course the analogs are going to be nauseating. That seems to be the greatest complaint that people have is simply the nausea factor. But if you guys have ever watched my videos with Lauren, you would know she throws up off things that no one throws up off of. Acid, she's puking. MDMA, is she dying or is she puking? 3MC, there she goes puking. I don't think she's ever not puked. So I have a bet to make. On the one that everyone pukes on, watch her not puke.
Okay, personally, I think that my puking moments have been a combination of, suppressed,
Feelings.
Feelings.
Oh, I gotta cut you off because I need to correct this quickly. I'm an idiot. It's called methallylescalin. I was saying it wrong. I missed the meth. This is meth mescaline. Oh no, we're taking the meth mescaline. Oh shit. She's in for a fucking ride. So let's read off the description of what it is. We got the molecule guy over there. 4-methaldeoxy-3,5-dimethoxyphenethylamine, also known as methallylescalin, and MAL, is a synthetic psychedelic substance of the phenethylamine chemical class. It is reported to produce hallucinogenic and stimulant effects comparable to that of other mescaline analogs, e.g. allelescalin, proscaline, and escalin.
So I can kind of see where those reports of it feeling something like MDMA and acid.
One report we did read said that. It said it felt like a mix of MDMA, MDA, and acid combined.
I can see this potentially being great for music festivals.
The effects of methallylescalin were first described by Alexander Shulgin in his book P-Cal, A Chemical Love Story. He lists the dosage range as 40 to 60. I told you it was too light. His dose range was 40 to 60 milligrams. So if you look at online, just to cut off our intro, it's basically listed from 20 to 40 for average. So I feel like a lot of these research chemicals, because they're,
But this is good for me because I don't want a
leaning on the
strong
side
body
of-
load.
Yeah, they're leaning on the side of caution. A lot of these analogs or these RCs, research chemicals, the dosage, I'm not trying to give anyone ideas, but the listed dosages are usually too low to really trip. Like they give you effects, but you're not really tripping. So 40 to 60 described with the duration of 8 to 12 hours. So it's the same as acid duration. Anecdotal reports portray that methallylescalin bears the most similarity to mescaline although higher dosages can produce a strong body load. Keep in mind that's probably above 60. Very little data exists about the pharmacological properties, metabolism, and toxicity of methylesculin, and it has little history of human usage. It is highly advised to use harm reduction practices, which is why we're now going to test it with all these analytical reagents, because there's actually not much testing data online. So if you guys want to test your own, you can compare your results to our reagent tests. Chemistry, methylesculin is a substitute for phenethylamine. Phenethylamines, common ones would be things like MDMA is a phenethylamine. Amphetamines, your ADHD medication, is also a phenethylamine.
My ADD brain will probably like this.
Probably. Methylesculin likely acts as a 5-HT2A partial agonist. So the 5-HT2A receptor is where all psychedelics basically take their action on. These psychedelic effects are believed to come from methylesculin's efficiency at the 5-HT2A receptors. No shit. However, the role of these interactions and how they result in the psychedelic experience continues to remain elusive, or a mystery. That's the truth. We don't understand why they cause the effects they cause. We're just like, oh look, your brain thinks it's serotonin. But why are you tripping balls? We don't know. Physical effects, we got stimulation, spontaneous body sensations, perception of bodily lightness, physical euphoria, nausea, muscle cramp, tactile enhancement, appetite suppression, frequent urination, increased heart rate, increased libido, muscle contractions, pupil dilation, excessive yawning, visual effects, color enhancement, pattern recognition, visual cueing enhancement, drifting, color shifting, depth perception disorders, perspective disorders, symmetrical texture repetition, tracers, afterimage brightness, alteration, diffraction, geometry, organic in geometric style, fully abstract algorithmic appearance, intricate complexity, structure, disorganization, fast and speed, like my voice, smooth motion, equal small appearance, multicolored scheme, glossy and color, sharp and angular, corners, level 8B, boost stance, internal hallucinations, conceptual thinking, cognitive before illusion, emotional enhancement, conversion enhancement, increased appreciation, memory suppression, ego death, novelty enhancement, personal bias suppression, thought acceleration, thought loops, time distortion, mental effects, enhancement, distortion, hallucinations.
This is good with a trip sitter, maybe.
We don't know how intense it's going to be, so following safe use practices, one of us remains the sober trip sitter. And do you know where else you could be following safe use practices? On the internet. Little do you guys know, this evil internet provider of yours is watching and tracking everything you do. Which is why I use this video's sponsor, Surfshark. They are a VPN provider which allows you to take your privacy into your own hands, and you can essentially put the wool over your internet provider's eyes. You can shield them from seeing anything you're doing. So when you're looking up some taboo topics, like, I don't know, this video where me and Lauren do questionable things, and you don't really want people tracking that information, you log on to a VPN and it hides your information. And of course, the other amazing benefit, and it's probably the main reason why people actually buy VPNs, because come on, we all know we're tracked all the time. We're just used to being watched. I love being tracked, but you know what else you can do? You can go on to video sharing websites like Hulu or Netflix, change your location, which will unlock a whole range of new videos to watch. And if you guys sign up to Surfshark today, you're going to get a whopping 3 months free and 83% off, which unlocks the best price for a VPN on the market. All you gotta do to get those awesome benefits is use the code PSYCHED. So again, head on over to Surfshark, follow the link in my video description, use code PSYCHED, get 83% off, 3 free months, and watch to your heart's content all kinds of movies from different regions. Oh, and of course, the privacy thing that we should care about. We don't know how intense it's gonna be, so following safe use practices, one of us remains the sober trip sitter, which is yours truly, but I'm kind of biased to wanting to stay sober because of my recent trauma that I'm still healing from. So what we're gonna do is Lauren's gonna consume the substance, and then what we're gonna do is run her through a series of tests. We've got exploring her magic staff, exploring the sound bowl. This is for the patron-only version, so I'm not even gonna say it out loud, but music test and a catch test, as well as we're gonna take her outside and just see how nature feels.
I did some doodles pre-highness.
Now that we've got all of my talking out of the way, let's give the stage to Lauren and let her explain. Those are pretty. How you feel going in, what are your expectations, what are you afraid of, all that shit.
Hopes are that it will feel uplifting and euphoric, kind of like some sort of like MDMA-like effects. Hopefully it would be cool to see some of those visuals that we're talking about, because like the one time that I did San Pedro, like I got some really pretty kind of crystalline, kind of mix of sort of geometric and organic looking visuals. But then like my inner eye visuals were very, like Dali-esque and feeling like kind of surrealism. Yeah, fears are just nobody likes throwing up. That's probably my main fear. But I don't really feel like I'm gonna be getting that today. I don't know why. It's just a hunch. I'm feeling pretty good about life, so life's pretty good right now. I'm thinking I'm gonna want to eat the other half of my sandwich though.
Okay, guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put on the gloves so that the corrosive liquid doesn't hurt our little fingers. These little sensitive little fingers. We don't want them to get burned off.
Adam has baby hands.
I have very fat hands, actually. Look at my thumb. I mean, you have fat thumbs, but nowhere near mine. What does that say about my penis? It says when I'm on MDMA, it's very tiny.
Where are you from?
I am from Spain. But it's actually, my parents were born in Italy. I am the scientist, yes. This is where we do science experiments. There, it's on already. All right, so up first, we are going to be doing the marquee. And this is a first, I don't think there are any reagent results online. So luckily we know that this is actually methylescalin. And now we're going to see what the results are. So there was marquee first, and I'm just as curious as you guys are. What color are we going to get? And good thing I put the gloves on because it's already leaking on my fingers.
Oh my gosh.
It's looking yellow. So while that changes, let's jump to mandolin. All right. Oh, mandolin's more of an obvious. So it looks like the marquee is like a yellowish brown. Mandolin is a definitive brown. Now we're moving on to mech. Hopefully the drops don't move into each other. Mech is, oh no, it's gonna touch. Please don't touch. It will be ruined. No mechs, they're all brown, look. Light brown, kind of reddish brown, dark brown. And finally, Froid. Let's see what this baby's got for us. I think it's stuck. Shit.
Well, putting jam in our groove.
We got 3. All right, it's broken. I need to get some more reagents. So there we go. It looks like it turns brown. Nice results.
We're scientists.
All right, so what we're going to do now is weigh out exactly 45 milligrams of MAL, also known methylescalin, what is known to be the closest, as I already said, to traditional mescaline as you can find. So she's in for a fractally, what's that painting that you liked?
Oh, Salvador Dali, surrealist.
Salvador Dali style trip with visuals that look like stained glass. I'm using some poetic linguistic skills to hype up what could be a terrifying experience.
That's nice.
All right, just film this. We want 45. We've got our super accurate scale here. This is a heavy molecule. If this was like something else, like 3MC, that would only be like 20. It's so fluffy, that one. All right, that's good enough. 45.9, 46. It's moving around. Let's close this thing. All right, so there's our active dose. This is the high end of an average dose, verging on maybe like a high-ish dose. We're not at high dose territory yet. So now we got to do the infamous taster. You know that Lauren's gonna gag like she's actually biting into the asshole of Satan if she's freaking gagging from warm water. This is her response to drinking water.
I don't like it. It tastes like fish.
Woo, it's done!
Drugs are bad, okay? This is harm reduction. What you're doing right now is you're not forcing yourself into an experience that you don't necessarily want to have right now.
Yeah, so Lauren was hoping that it's obviously better when you take it with somebody. You can vibe off each other. But I was kind of like, you know what? I don't feel like I'm completely healed from some of the trauma. And then separate from the trauma was my separation. Again, those are 2 separate things. So I've been like hit with a double whammy of shit these past few months, and I'm not completely healed. I'm doing a lot better. But according to my therapist, I'm still in crisis. I do not believe what he says. I'm not in crisis. I'm doing good. Regardless,
It's good not to push it.
I don't think that I'm really ready to jump into a trip, but I'm going to basically gauge Lauren's experience. And if it looks like she's having the time of her life, I will, consider taking it. But she's at 416, 45 milligrams. Now within the next 30 to 60 minutes, what's going to happen is called the come-up phase, which is where we get to watch
me coming up.
The effects start to build and rise.
Waiting is the hardest part.
All right, so we are now 45 minutes in, and it takes anywhere from 40 minutes to 90 minutes to kick in. So this is right at the beginning stages of it coming in, and she just ate some food, which will slow it down maybe. Let's hear from Lauren. What are you feeling?
I'm starting to feel like kind of something somewhere kind of in the back of my head. Like physically feeling kind of like
I need your bear skin.
not a pressure, but like I'm kind of getting that psychedelic-y kind of metallic feeling in the back of my mouth. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like noticing any changes to my vision or really like my mental state too much. I'm feeling pretty normal. But I do feel like I've taken something. Like I'm not sure if that's just sort of the general kind of anticipation of something, but
this is a good baseline. So her baseline is 113 over 74, pulse of 75 beats a minute. We'll measure her again after the effects have kicked in.
Wow, surprisingly in tune for considering I was probably the last person to play this down here. Never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my dress. In this torn up town, no postcode envy, but every sounds like gold teeth, grey goose, tripping in the bathroom, busting spunk, strashing the hotel rooms, we don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, and everybody's likes a skill Maybach. Diamonds on your timepiece, sugar planes, islands, tax on a gold leash, we don't care. We're not caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals. It don't run in our blood, that kind of luck's just ain't for us. We're crave a different kind of buzz, and maybe your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, baby, I'll rule. And I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. Okay, we got music testing. I'm starting to feel something for sure. I'm feeling something. I'm feeling kind of spacey, but I guess this is where the dissociative aspect might be coming in of it. As an already kind of spacey person, I don't know if I particularly want to feel more spaced out. I feel like, oh, I could be cozier.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Did you throw up?
Nope.
What? Not really feeling much, eh?
I'm not feeling a ton. I'm definitely feeling more now. Like it's definitely creeping up. Like I'm feeling slightly like the jitter inside. This blanket is a really good kind of visual.
By the way, pick up one of those trip blankets. Sexsubstance.shop. We still have the stocking of those ones.
These ones are awesome. And I just
Tell
feel
the audience
anything.
about your relationship.
Oh, it's really nice. Yeah, no, actually, okay, so I'm sure that I've told the camera before that in the past I haven't been a super visual tripper since my first mushroom trip ever. Like, I do get visuals, but they're just not as intense for what I would say like some of the doses that I've taken have been. Yeah, I think that I'm in a really good place in my life because part of it has to do with the guy that I'm seeing, but just I've been feeling really safe in my trips lately, and that's sort of been allowing, I think this is just my hunch because nothing's particularly changed about the substances that I've been doing. And so, but yeah, I've been having way more visual trips and it's been way more pleasant. Like before, sometimes when I would get like really intense visuals, like that's when I would start to feel like nausea come up. But lately it's been like brilliant visuals and total euphoria. So I'm just running with it. It's been really nice. I'm feeling woobly and the tubely. The tubely, my tummy. I'm definitely feeling stuff coming on.
Lauren in her natural habitat.
I can definitely feel it coming on a little bit more. But it's like it feels very smooth. Like I don't feel like I'm being caught off guard by anything.
So are things just brighter? There's nothing really visually going on?
Nothing too visual yet, no. I would say maybe some definition is kind of enhanced. Like some contrast maybe a little bit. And things kind of seem like they're starting to get a little bit of a shimmer quality to them.
Once the effects are actually in play, we'll do some of those tests.
I'm definitely feeling a little woobly. Yeah, definitely. Now it's starting to come on.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, here we go. Buckle up, buckaroos. I'm feeling kind of like like bloated, I guess. I'm not feeling like super nauseous, just kind of like that little. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Okay. A spoonful of honey helps the drugs go down. So they say. This is yummy.
It's been 110 minutes.
I'm definitely feeling some rushy kind of like
I know all about those blah, blah, blah.
temperature fluctuating.
Well, apparently I'm picking up your feelings because I'm wearing a sweaty sweater now. Before I was flying. All right. Is any intense nausea or physical feelings?
Not like intense, but just like discombobulated kind of feeling. But I think it's just general come up feelings. Like I think that it will settle out. I'm gonna assume that it's gonna settle out eventually.
And how about visual stimulation? Any hallucinations, distortions?
Distortions and stuff.
Is the wood flowing?
Yeah, I'm like looking for the wood to be like doing something.
But it's not, so it's pretty lackluster so far.
It's pretty lackluster. There's nothing really visually happening.
So it's just body discomfort at the moment, or body feelings.
Yeah, just body feelings. Like I wouldn't say it's all discomfort. Like it's kind of like a wiggly feeling. Like I feel like I could like melt into a comfy bed right now.
Interesting. So there's no increase in energy.
No,
there's a decrease in energy.
Yeah, I'm not feeling like super stimulated. But
I get this. The come up can be like that.
Yeah, the come up is just feeling a little like, what's going on?
Is it an adequate dose? Do you think?
I think it. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like there's stuff is coming on.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm definitely like it doesn't feel like it's just gonna kind of
like plateau here.
Plateau here.
So it feels like it's building, whatever it is.
It does feel like it's building.
Very long come up. And I mean, if it's anything like mescaline can take 3 hours to come on. So I was very shocked when I looked online and it was like, what was it, 40 to 90 minutes? Yeah, 40 to 90 minutes. For me, for mescaline analog, that sounds fast. I'd be less surprised if it said 2 to 3 hours. So this is about when I would expect the come up to happen, which begs the question, with some of these RCs, is the information that's shared online even accurate? Is the dose information necessarily accurate? I mean, when you don't have a huge pool of users to pull from, you have limited dosage information, and everyone's so different, like, yeah. This one needs more research. I've always been curious about it. So, I'm watching with a fascinated eye.
Oh, I appreciate that. I like to hear your voice. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I love you. Okay, bye. It was nice.
So it's not going any more intense? It's just leveled off?
I think I'm it's hard to say though because it's been so gradual.
Yeah.
So logistically. Okay.
All right, let's see what my tarot reading has.
Okay, so we got the Tower, we have 6 of Wands, and we have 4 of Swords. Okay, so we said logistics, financial, and then emotional, moving forward, rather, in general. Okay, so the Tower says, whoa, buckle up and expect the unexpected. Sometimes we resist change to the point that the universe shifts in a destructive and chaotic way that fundamentally changes how we see our reality. There is a strange beauty in this deconstruction, as all of the elements for a better life will be found amongst the rubble. Use this moment to rebuild something foundational, something extraordinary. Trust that you will be held by the universe and that you'll become stronger and more resilient as a result. The Tower energy in your life marks a period when you get to reevaluate, redirect, reestablish, and realign. The Tower is a very powerful card. It's in the major arcana. So the logistics of where you are right now, right? That's very foundational. Like, everything is changing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty fucking accurate. Badass, success, leadership, accomplishments, being seen, becoming an influencer, victory, optimism, inspiring others. But maybe in a different way, right? Maybe in not a psychedelic way, but maybe with, who knows, right? You get to kind of interpret that. Relish the sweetness of this victory. Something that you've been working toward is finally coming to successful fruition. Give yourself permission to bask in the warm glow of accomplishment and allow the supportive community around you to witness and appreciate the progress you've made. Remember that no one else in the world has your magic, and the most important person to impress wholeheartedly is yourself. It's good for you.
And finally,
not recognizing the dangers of burnout and need to spend time recovering, dedicating your energy to self-care. And this is the emotional card.
Dedicate energy to self-care.
Right? This deep resting period in your life marks a moment of intentional healing and self-care, more than just integral to your wellness. It is integral to your being at this time, body, mind, and spirit. This is pretty fucking relevant little reading here, bud. The hustle can be tumultuous and demanding, and the only person who can really direct your own radical recovery is you. Tend to your wounds as you may be on the verge of burnout. Your nest will grow around you as you sleep, and the landscape of your life will shift beautifully as you fall into your own rejuvenating energy. I give myself permission to slow down and heal. Say it, brother. I give myself permission to slow down and heal.
I do not. I give myself permission to slow down and heal.
There you go.
Hey, that was a good reading.
That was a good reading.
It was pretty relevant, I must say.
It was pretty relevant.
What's going on? Sense of smell?
Okay, sense of smell. The cigarettes smell very strong.
How does your skin feel?
Normal. Yeah, I just don't feel like it got super trippy. There is some trippiness.
And imagine a 20 milligram dose. Come on. Why did they even say that?
I don't know who that would be effective for, and I wouldn't say that I have a high tolerance.
Have you eaten something? How does taste?
That's What's yours?
It has been almost 4 hours, and clearly when you're really intoxicated via psychedelic, you're not hungry, usually. So the very fact that Lauren is hungry denotes less potency. And so we're here eating our A&Ws.
I definitely get an appetite on acid versus mushrooms. And I can definitely eat on MDMA too.
But she said her smell was enhanced. Let's see how our taste is.
Yeah, this is tasting pretty good right now, and I wouldn't say I was like particularly starved before, so maybe things are tasting a little better.
Also subtle. If anything you got from this video is those goddamn subtle effects.
Very subtle.
Kind of a waste of time.
Kind of a waste of time. I wouldn't be seeking it out. I feel like there's other analogs that are more interesting than this.
The mushroom one would have been way better. Way more intense. But I would say there's really no point in doing any of these tests we're going to do. Like, there's no point in doing music tests. Like, it's not really infected. Playing catch, she's not really affected. There's no point in doing any of these damn things that we had planned. Gosh darn it. I hope we entertained you at least. Just goes to show all these things affect everyone so different. There's stories of people taking 40 and having, like, crazy intense experiences.
That was not me. Not even close.
You obviously know MDMA feelings.
Other than some warmth, but not really like euphoric.
Yeah. Alright, well, if you guys enjoyed this video, make your way down there, smash the like button, head over to sexsupplements.shop. We got a little bit more of these black hooded trip blankets, and if you order the white one, I'm about to make an order for them. I'm sorry, I've been real slow. You're going to be waiting probably for another month, but they'll be there. Subscribe to Lauren's channel. And what's your channel?
Siren. P-S-Y-R-Y-N.
Link at the end. Let me know below what obscure psychedelic we can cover next that will actually give effects. Keep in mind, we're looking for effects in the average dose range. There's the thing with these psychedelics. You can dose super high and always get effects, but it's going to be accompanied by more discomfort. You want a good balance of body to mental to visual stimulation. You need a balance. This is why LSD is king. You can't go wrong there.
I would have to agree, like, overall, like, I could come back to that all day, honestly, and talk from everything that I've tried. Like, acid gives me the best of, that gives me some energy, gives me, some open-heartedness, the oneness with the universe. I like that feeling. I'm still able to eat. I like to be able to function when I'm tripping. Mushrooms sometimes just take too much out of me physically.
We were kind of saying bye, Lauren, and you're still talking.